Good evening, everyone. My name is Reverend Rob, and this is our weekly spin into stillness. This is that place each week where we focus on ourselves. We focus on our real selves, our deep selves, our authentic selves, the part of us that is always sharing the truth, always giving us the right insight, always helping us along the way. And I'm glad that you are here to join us this evening. So, we've got a couple of steps in the process before we actually meditate. And the first step is a pretty basic one, and it is all about setting an intention. So, this is something we should be doing, we could be doing, I should say, uh, whenever we're embarking on an activity or experiencing something, just mentally taking a breath and visualizing what we are in it for. What are we doing this thing for? Why are we going to this place or meeting with this person or having this discussion or sitting in meditation on Wednesday evenings? And so, if we just know why we are doing what we're doing, it helps so much as we begin to visualize the life that is affected by this experience. And I think that's the best way to look at it. I've been saying, how do we see it playing out, or what do we expect to happen as a result of our meditation? But what I think I really mean is, what does our life look like because we are doing this experience each week or for the first time? What does life look like because we are meditating, because we are thinking about ourselves? So I invite you to think of setting that intention in that way. What does life look like because I have chosen to meditate this evening? And this could be long term, this can be short term. It's whatever you want to articulate as your intention. Now, I like to write our intentions down. I think writing down what we are thinking gives shape to what we're thinking. It's an added layer in this process of intending, where we get to actually state what our heart's desire is. And so, by writing it down, we have that opportunity to really articulate it, to make sure that we know what we are actually thinking, and that what we're writing down reflects what we are looking for. So, I like to write them down. I write them on these little slips of paper because if we were in person, and we were many years ago, I would invite you to, of course, sit with your intention while you meditate in the palm of your hand, adding energy to it, which is what will happen this evening. Your energy will be added to this slip of paper. And it's because we are all doing it together, it's all going to be channeled my way. And if we were all together, we would take all of those intentions and we would throw them into a burning bowl, because we've taken care to uh, articulate the intention. And then we take great care to let go of our attachment to that intention. So we've said it, let it go, and we're going to allow it all to happen. And it's because we've done the front end work, because we've set that time, that tone, that vibe that we are looking for. And so, because we're not together, but because we've got this miraculous online platform and presence, I'm going to write one that says everyone's intentions. And that way, that little ticket continues to gather that energy and can get tossed into the flames as if you had tossed it in yourself. So, enough talking about that. Let's actually do it. Let's set that intention, and let's set it now. Right, so written my intention here, and I've written everyone's intentions here. And we will meditate on these. We will hold these and add our energy to them. And then we will toss them into the flames after we're done with our meditation. Step one is done. Let's move on to step two. That step two is drawing an oracle card from this deck, the Star Codes Astro deck. You know I love this deck. This is a beautiful deck that is based on the astrology system. And you can look at it as an oracle card or a divination card, or you can look at what this card is going to look like and say as a little creative prompt for you, as a way of giving you some additional information to help you on the road to fulfilling this intention. And there's going to be artwork for the card. There's going to be a little bit of background in the book about the card and about the archetype that the sign or the card says. And there's going to be a little theme, a one-word theme that's on the card. So all of those together serve to help you have more information, to help me have more information. So we've got one card for all of us, and that one card is kind of like the prompt that helps whatever our individual issues are move forward, especially when we meditate on the ideas around the card and its message. So I shuffle the cards and then I lift the deck up, and whatever that bottom card is, when I lift it up, is our card for the evening. I used to draw the card from the top of the deck, but I really feel like drawing it from the bottom or lifting the card from the bottom means that I'm not reaching into the deck. I'm not pulling out two cards at one time. I am allowing the cards to show me what the card is at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to shuffle a bit. Now, we may draw a card that we've had last week or last month or very recently, and that's okay. We still haven't gotten through this deck, which is really what I'm looking for before I move on. But no matter, I love this deck, no matter how many times we draw a card. Don't forget, when we draw that card, either it is uniquely responding to the intention that you set this evening, which is, I think, the best way to look at it. Or perhaps that card has some key ideas that need to be restated, that we have not fully explored or allowed to help shape us. So either way, the message is the message. Drawing this card is a fortuitous experience. Last week we drew the Leo card, smack dab in the middle of Leo season. I didn't plan it. I shuffle these cards throughout the week. So I love when stuff like that occurs. And so maybe you're going to get a card this week, or we'll get a card that particularly resonates with you, that you were thinking about, or have some ideas that you were thinking about, and you will be shocked and amazed and in awe. Okay, I'm about to lift this bottom card up for you to see. And that card for this week is my Taurus. Okay, so fun fact, in my household, I am a Leo. My husband Wade is a Taurus, and we just drew the two of us back to back. Another fun fact, my parents, my mother was a Leo. Her birthday was Saturday, her birthday in heaven, and my dad was a Taurus. His birthday was in April. So Taurus Leo, Taurus Leo. It's a very active combination. So very, very fruitful in ideas, and yeah, that's what I'm going to say. So let's listen to a little bit more about what Taurus is telling us. Now, even if Taurus is not your sign, that doesn't matter. This is about uh, this zodiac sign having a message for all of us. So Taurus has a message for each and every one of us here, whether we are Taurus or not. There it is, bold and beautiful, just like the Leo card. And the message for this week is to cultivate So we're talking about making things happen. We're talking about growing things, taking our time, planning, all these things that are required for us to have a harvest of something that has required us to work a bit to get there. So let's hear more about Taurus and cultivate. We've drawn this card before and not that far long ago, but get those cultivation skills in gear. Taurus asks you to hold still, dig in, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Manifest in a practical way. Signified by a bull standing in its field, Taurus rules the neck and the voice. Its purpose is to bring life into matter through growing wildflowers and crops, through our muscular strength and the sensual potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. The sun shines here April 21st through May 20th. Our action for this card: work with the metaphor of gardening. Plant the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilizer, and protect those crops from predation. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. So think about your intention and think about what practical steps you might be needing to make to bring it to fruition. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Appreciate the senses. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. Use the senses to be in the present moment and let time flow by. Cuddle. Feed. In a relationship, listen to both the signals of body chemistry and the practicalities of your life to give it a fertile field. Like a slowly growing flower basking in the sun, find contentment in this moment. Explore the root of the situation and ask what feeds this idea or what feeds your soul. If you're feeling pushed about, sit, hold still, grow roots, and let the storm pass over you. Don't hurry. Play the long game as you plant and tend your crops. Tell you right now, my husband is a long game player, and it works so well for him. And I really enjoy seeing that happen for him and for us when we are planning for the two of us. The challenge of this card, Taurus excess, can lead you to mistake stubbornness for strength or look for spiritual and emotional answers in the material world. There will never be enough stuff to fill an emotional void. Sensuality is a Taurus gift, but sex alone will not fulfill a desire for love. Clarify your hunger. So know your hunger and then clarify it. The gift of this card, everything that surrounds you is made up of matter. And the word matter comes from the Latin word mater, or mother. Taurus connects you to the sacred earth mother, Gaia herself, the physical vessel which holds spirit in the body, in plants, and in the earth beneath us. So yes, it's an earth sign. It's a fixed sign. And it's time to grow, and it's time to be practical. It's time to think about what we need and to think realistically about what we can do. So this is very exciting, I think. And it's time to meditate on these ideas. So find yourself a comfortable spot where you can be both relaxed as well as relatively awake so that you can hear the ideas from what I read or what I'm guiding in the meditation, and so that you can actually have a conscious dialogue with that inner me, with that inner voice, with the deep self or the divine me, however you choose to look at that little voice that advises you. And it's not the ego voice. We're talking the one behind that ego voice, the voice that you know is always ringing true beyond anything in the material world, beyond the ego that tells you that you need to be somewhere or be something. This is that deep voice that can know who you are because it is who you are. The divine me, that part of you that is divine, that is created, that is a creation, that is you. So let's find that comfortable space, and we're going to begin. We start this process by breathing, and the reason we do that is because breathing is that focus, that place we can come back to, inhaling deeply and holding, and then exhaling slowly and holding. Each time we do this, we're relaxing more and more. So each time you breathe in, you hold and breathe out, you are becoming more and more relaxed, more and more calm in your mind, and more open to having this dialogue with your beautiful and radiant divine me. So let's do that breathing. We're going to take 2 big breaths together and leave our eyes open just to kind of make this connection. And then on that third breath, you can allow your eyes to close and go with the flow of the meditation. So let's breathe in and hold and exhale slowly. And hold. Breathe in again. And hold. And exhale slowly. And hold. Let's breathe in again. And hold. And exhale slowly. Allow your eyes to flutter closed. And now your breathing is going to return to a nice, natural, comfortable, but still intentional inhalation and exhalation. The card is up. And allow the sounds of the tones to take you deeper and deeper in and toward your deep, true, divine self, the divine me. Breathing in. Each breath that we release brings us more and more relaxation. Our fatigue dissolves, our aches and pains just dissolve away. And we are feeling relaxed and safe. Deeper and deeper we allow ourselves to be with ourselves. And whenever we need to refocus or come back, it is that breath that is always there. Inhale and then exhale. But as all of our pain and angst and anxiety fades, it is replaced by a beautiful energy. An energy of awakeness and alertness and safety. We feel so comfortable and so in our mind that we feel the power of our thought. And here in this very safe and beautiful space, we reflect briefly on what our intention said, that little thing we wrote on that little slip of paper. And as we do that, we begin to reflect on some of the things that we're going to need to cultivate the success of this intention. Not the details, but just the big pictures. What are the big things that are going to help this intention come to pass? The people that need to be involved or that are involved, the activity, the resources, and in this reflection, now that we have all these things that we can use or create that helps us achieve our intention, we sense the presence of our deep divine me here to take a brief and beautiful look at our plan or our list. Remember, this beautiful presence has come to have a chat, to share its thoughts and its ways that it can help us get to these items and use them for our intention to come to fruition. Our deep self invites us to look at our intention and all these things that we need as part of the recipe to cultivate this success. And so we immediately are able to see our intention as a recipe and its outcome as the finished cake, shall we say. We can imagine ourselves bringing all these items together putting them into a bowl, letting the dough rise or become what it needs to. Putting it in the oven and letting it go to become what it needs to be, and then taking it out with success and satisfaction. Our beautiful cake of dreams we're making. Our deep self is so pleased that we can see this so clearly, and reminds us that it is always available just like this to offer insight and truth and authenticity to our life's choices. And we feel hopeful, even excited about baking this cake of dreams. So excited, in fact, that we are ready to get to work, moving beyond this theoretical and into the actual action of cultivation and creation. And ready to return, we notice that we are, yes, breathing. Our breath has never stopped, just like our heart has never stopped beating. We catch that breath. We experience that breathing in and breathing out nice and deeply. And that breath helps us answer the beckon of our physical body as we begin to float ever so gently back into our physical self. Occupying all of our bodily functions, our organs and systems. We feel that ethereal self become, at least for now, our physical self. And our body begins to animate with energy, that crackling of life. And we realize that we've been back in our body with the pains might have dissipated quite a bit. Our troubles seem to have faded, at least for now. We are clear in what we need to do in creating this cake of dreams. And so let us begin to drift back completely. We'll take our 3 quick breaths and we'll open our eyes on the 3rd quick breath. Inhale and exhale. And inhale again. And exhale quickly. Inhale one more time. And let's open our eyes together. Welcome back. Yes, here we are. That was lovely. What a lovely experience to be able to open up to that voice, that advisor, that essence of us, that authentic essence that is guiding us and showing us the way to our own dreams and desires. So, cake of dreams, imagine your intention as the output, the outcome of this wonderful baking process where we create, we bake, and then we allow it to come out of the oven and be what it is. So love it. I am going to send these things out into the wild, into the ether. I'm going to light one, and then I'm going to toss the other one in with it to burn. Again, it's like we've come together and thrown them all in together. Off it goes. So we let go. Now you can just go on with your evening. Don't even have to think about this again. You can allow it to happen. And then, you're going to wake up one day or you're going to be walking down the street and you're going to realize it has happened for you. So I have not been emphasizing the like and subscribe button, but let's do this now. Before you sign off, please go to YouTube and Facebook and like this meditation and like the platform that you're seeing it on. Either subscribe to the page or like the Facebook page. Please, I beg of you to do this because it's the way that I know that this is important to you and the way that we can keep in touch. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you're here. Say hello. Say hey. Say, whatever is happening with you. I'm working on meditation. Working on establishing my meditation practice. Whatever it is, let me know you're here. Let me know that you can, and that you are enjoying why you're here, and if you've been able to manifest those intentions. I'm going to try to say hello to those in the other spaces. Kathleen and Sue, I know you're in Zoom, so thank you for that, for being here, for being faithful to the experience. I know I'm grateful for that. And I'll check the Facebooks to see whether anybody's here, or I know I saw Joyce last week. She signed in late. I'm sorry, I saw her late after she had signed in. So that's on me, not her. But if not, I am still accepting comments. I can still read them after we've signed off. If you're watching the recorded version, you can still leave a comment. And don't forget, all of these meditations are available on my SoundCloud page. You can check out the link tree. It's all there. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity that we have each week to gather and to just reset. That's what it's all about. So go forth, be the glorious beings that you are. We are glorious. We're even more glorious together. And also, we can be the peace that we seek in the world. So be that peace. It requires a little more attention and a little more discipline. We can do it. We can do it. We're starting just by being here. So thank you so much. I will meet you back here next week at the same time and same channel, whatever you're watching it on. Like, subscribe. Love you so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful